Why is he talking about this? Why is he talking about this publicly?
I'm going to say one thing. Trump.
If you're going to come out and say that you have a really deep-seated hatred for one of the two people running for president, you can't just be, he's a bully, he's a piece of shit, I hate him.
He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country. It makes me so angry that this country has gotten to this point, that this fool, this bozo, has wound up where he has.
Probably, if you're going to express yourself about it and alienate 50% of the country, which it seems like it is, you're going to have to do better than that. You should have some specific things.
Oh, Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Now, Kurt's convinced that Robert De Niro's on some kind of Epstein list or some kind of thing like that, and then he's afraid that if Trump does get power, he's going to expose him, and he is actually going to come at him.
That's what, of course, Kurt thinks
That's
that.
what Kurt thinks that.
Kurt thinks that about every thing that happens in the world.
I think Robert De Niro's just got Trump derangement syndrome.
I think he's old too. There's a thing about old men,
and
they want to yell at everybody.
And he's completely. Did you see when he went and gave that speech outside of the trial? That was bizarre.
Told him that was a good.
Buckle up, folks, because when Joe Rogan, the world's most unfiltered podcast host and cultural wrecking ball, sets his sights on Hollywood royalty like Robert De Niro, things get ugly fast. This isn't Taxi Driver. It's a full-blown verbal cage match, complete with Rogan's signature blend of raw honesty, protein-fueled rage, and precision takedowns. De Niro's recent outbursts have been loud, erratic, and frankly embarrassing. And Rogan? He's not pulling punches. It's chaos, it's brutal, and it might just shatter the tough guy legend De Niro spent decades building.
Starts yelling at regular people. He's like, fuck you, you're a gangster. Fuck you. Like,
it's crazy that that's the guy from Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
Like, you know what also I think? I think those guys have no friends. I think the only friends they have are Hollywood phonies. And so you're in this weird world where everybody you talk to is a phony, and you become a phony, and everyone's a phony, and your grasp on reality is very slippery, and your eyes are going, right? Mm-hmm. So your vision of the world, your actual vision of the world, your ability to read a phone. You ever see old people's text messages? The fucking text on their phone is like as big as my hand.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And so your vision of the world is blurring, literally and figuratively, and then you're getting...
There was a time when the name Robert De Niro evoked cinematic greatness, Oscar-winning roles, smoldering intensity, and a commanding presence few could match. He was the face of grit, mob bosses, unstable cabbies, and raging boxers. But somewhere along the way, the silver screen legend pivoted from acting heavyweight to Twitter warrior. Now, instead of menacing characters, we get angry uncle energy in public rants. The transformation feels like a prestige drama that jumped the shark, turning a revered actor into a walking, yelling Facebook comment section.
You're on stage in front of people with TV cameras pointed at you. You've never experienced that in your life, and you have a panic attack. It doesn't mean you're an idiot, and that's also Robert De Niro.
It's
the same thing. It's like, why is he talking about this? Why is he talking about this?
Enter Joe Rogan, former cagefight commentator turned podcast juggernaut, with an audience in the millions and a low tolerance for Hollywood posturing. Rogan's brand is raw, no-filter conversation, and when De Niro started hijacking red carpets and awards shows for political rants, Rogan pounced. But this wasn't a debate, it was a takedown. Like a UFC champ hunting a weak spot, Rogan dissected De Niro's shift from legend to lecture circuit with ruthless precision. And his audience? They were more than ready for the fight.
When old people are tired and cranky, they just want everyone to listen to them, and they don't have time to have a calm conversation, and you state out your opinion, I'll state my opinion, let's see where we have common ground. Get off my lawn! And that's what he's doing. He's being this old grumpy man that is so lost that he thinks it's a good idea to stand in front of a bunch of people on the street and give a speech on camera about how bad Donald Trump is. With all the shit that's going in the world.
That I know.
All the craziness of the...
Rogan zeroed in on the delicious irony. The man who spent decades portraying violent criminals and morally bankrupt anti-heroes is now screaming about morality from his ivory tower. To Rogan and many others, that's rich. It's like Tony Montana running for school board president. De Niro's roles have glorified chaos, corruption, and brutality, but off-screen, he's trying to play saint. That kind of whiplash doesn't sit well with a crowd that values consistency. The hypocrisy isn't subtle, it's a punchline.
Robert De Niro, there's something about being a star where you think your opinion's more important than anybody else's. And you can go give a press conference, and he obviously has been very vocal from 2016 that he hates Trump for whatever reason. Maybe they have some personal thing.
You think Trump ever threw a punch himself or took one? This guy who ran and hid in the White House bunker when there were protesters outside? No way.
Now he's like holding press conferences. Now everyone's heckling him everywhere he goes.
That's so bad.
Like instead of just being this cranky old liberal, now you're this guy that is yelling at other people that are Trump supporters, and they're yelling at you. Like you've opened yourself up to this nonsense.
Rogan didn't stop at mocking De Niro's sudden moral crusade. He hammered the disconnect between De Niro's privileged Hollywood lifestyle and the everyday people he claims to speak for. As Rogan put it, this is a guy yelling about the state of the world from inside a mansion, riding private jets while lecturing the rest of us about inequality. For Rogan's working-class audience, it all feels like a bad skit, do as I say, not as I do. And Rogan tore into it like a lion on a stake, calling out De Niro's elite bubble for what it is, a parody of real life.
I think he and Trump hate each other personally. I think that's
Really?
what that is. Yeah, I think he probably. What are the odds?
He seems
doesn't run
mentally
into-
handicapped. I'm not kidding. He seems I don't know. I have a feel he doesn't know about. He was on Bill Maher. Bill Maher has him on to ask him. It's crazy that Bill Maher would ask him anything. You know, there's a National Guard in the fucking subways and shit.
Yeah.
So Bill asked him, "What do you think about it?" He goes, I don't know. I don't know about that. If there's anything I can do to help,
All
I
I should
guess."
be asking Robert De Niro about is two things:
Yeah.
awesome movies and divorce.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
tell me what happened to
I would
you
love to ask him
with
about
the
that.
divorce. Tell me what happened if you want to talk about it, and tell me what happened to you with these awesome fucking movies. I don't need to know jack shit about his politics.
This clash isn't just about De Niro, it's about a bigger cultural war where Rogan thrives. He's spent years calling out celebrity virtue signaling, loud, scripted outrage served with a side of red carpet applause. De Niro's rants fit that mold perfectly. While Rogan's podcast offers open debate, De Niro's statements feel like monologues written for clapping Hollywood audiences. And when you contrast staged outrage with Rogan's off-the-cuff rawness, the difference is glaring and hilarious.
I mean, he's so blatantly stupid. He's a punk, he's a dog, he's a pig, he's a con, a bullshit artist, a mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework, doesn't care.
You didn't think this through. Like this is, and he's getting yelled at. He's doing an outside press conference. Like
Is that the country we want to live in? Do we want him running this country and saying, I'm not leaving, I'm dictator for life?
Robert, you're 80 years old. Don't ruin this thing. You've had this life where you were a raging bull. You know, you were in The Godfather. Like stop doing this.
man.
Don't do this.
What makes Rogan's takedown so lethal? He doesn't play the usual debate game. No let's hear both sides. No respectful disagreement. Just straight-up verbal obliteration. Rogan knows De Niro isn't going to come on the podcast and defend himself, and that silence. It's deafening. It gives Rogan free rein to swing away, and every punch hits harder. It's like watching a fighter shadowbox an opponent who never shows up, only Rogan makes sure the entire arena is watching.
People that are doing it right now about Biden telling you how you should vote, even though you know he's impaired, you definitely shouldn't vote for Trump.
He has no understanding that I can see of the outside world other than anything around him. He has no idea of what his purpose in life is, as the president should be, and that is to pull the country together, to be for the people, to heal wounds, not to open them up and pour salt on them.
Don't tell people that, you idiot, because it's going to make more people angry and want to vote for.
Rogan laid out the playbook, Hollywood Hypocrisy 101. The same celebrities who decry capitalism while living off million-dollar movie deals, the ones who play killers and crooks but act shocked at real-world darkness. De Niro, in Rogan's view, is the poster child for this elite absurdity. You can't spend a lifetime playing mobsters and then demand to be taken seriously as a political sage. It's a credibility chasm so wide, even Scorsese couldn't bridge it with CGI.
It's not going to convince anyone walking down the west side of New York City talking into your phone about what a threat Trump is to democracy. You aren't changing anybody's vote. You're just being a condescending, scolding, liberal, which is what drives everyone crazy.
I always say he's a lowlife. He's a low.
But Rogan's not just criticizing, he's turning it into performance art. He paints De Niro as a once great icon now reduced to shouting at clouds, confused by emojis, and giving courthouse presses like his in a rejected Law and Order episode. It's tragic, it's comic, and it's painfully out of touch. The contrast is stark. Rogan, rough and real, versus De Niro, a once mighty voice now echoing in an empty digital canyon. The message: authenticity wins. And in this cultural showdown, the angry old man routine just doesn't cut it anymore.